Hey, hi everyone. I hope we're all doing well. This is your main guy again, Abdul Hakim. Um, Today we're going to be doing something very exciting. We're going to be using one of the tools. It's called ODK Build. This tool for me, it's like the simplest and the easiest of all of them to use. Very, very user friendly. Has a very nice GUI, graphic user interface. You can use it very well. It makes your work very easy. The fascinating thing about this tool is that it has there are two types. You have the offline one and the online one, and they are exactly the same. All right. So if you are thinking you're not going to be having internet access all the time, download the offline one. You can use it anytime. It's practically free, no any extra charges. And if you just want to do a very quick tool online, very, very quick, without any hassles, you have a small questionnaire, you want to go to the field to collect some data very quickly, you can use the online one, and it immediately helps you to convert your form. Okay, what are the things that you need for this session? You need your computer or your laptop or maybe a pad. You can even use your mobile phone actually. All right, but another thing that you need is you need your standard questionnaire. All right, you already need the questionnaire developed. This is not the time for you to start developing the nitty-gritty of the questionnaire, because you need a standard questionnaire to be able to convert it to an electronic format. So you need your complete questionnaire. All right, you need internet access to download or to use the direct method, and that's all that we need. So what are we waiting for? Without much ado, let's get started, guys. Thank you.
Okay, the first thing we need to do is to go to the website ODK Build, since we're going to be working with ODK, right? ODK Build. Okay, so all you need to do is to just type in the search ODK Build. Good. So, and when you search this, this is what we expect to find. All right, good. So you'll see this, the first thing that comes out of the different results. The first results is ODK Build. It's going to take you to a website called build.getodk.org. So let's click on that. Very good. So it brings us up to here. Now I'm seeing that we're beginning to have a lot of viewers, and now is this is just a good day to subscribe to a new channel. So if you're watching this and you've not subscribed, then you don't know what you're missing, man, and you don't know what you'll be missing soon. So I implore you, please smash the like button, subscribe, and click on the notification bell icon so you get notified for my new videos. I'm going to be releasing a lot of videos in the coming days. So if you're not subscribed and your notification bell is not on, you don't get notified. All right, so we'll be using all the principles we learned in the previous video. So if you have not watched the previous video, this may not be a bad time, right? So I'll put the link above so that you can watch the previous video. So let's get going. From the ODK Build site, you'll see this. So we're already on the site. All right, so just before we go ahead, I just want to show you maybe a simple questionnaire that we want to build. It's just a questionnaire I just quickly made up. All right, so it's called health questionnaire. You know, like a standard questionnaire should have like a kind of introduction where you tell your respondents what you're trying to do, right? Okay, and then so this, I just made up a small introduction, and then this is the first part of the questionnaire that collects the social demographic characteristics. Now I put this specifically here to demonstrate some different powers of the ODK build. So you can see the first is the name of your village, and that one takes up text information. So right, the data that we're going to put inside here is text. All right, age of respondent. I'm sure we all know that data that is going to come in here is numeric. Yeah. And then we have a small hint that says age at last birthday, so we know that it's age at last birthday. Then the gender of the respondent. So here you select one. This is a question that has two options where you select only one. You can't select both male or female, you can only select one. But let's look at the fourth question, right? Which of these do you own? All right, so we want to see the household ownership. Do you own a house? Do you own a bicycle? Do you own a land? Do you own a car? Do you own a radio? So you know that these things can be, somebody can own a house and a bicycle and a land and a car, at the same time. All right, so this is called a multiple response question. This question has options, and each of the options can be selected. All right, they are not mutually exclusive. All right, so let's go back to our ODK build. So when you open ODK build, you're going to see you're going to see this dialog box that asks you to sign in. So you quickly go ahead and sign up. If you have not signed up, please make sure you sign up to the service, and then you can put up. But one good thing about this online version is that if you want to quickly put up a tool, then you can even do this without signing. So you can see I'm not even signing up. I'm just going to cancel, and then it brings up the entire um, page of the ODK build. So you're welcome to ODK build. This is ODK build, and so you're going to see this. This is the untitled form. This is where you put the name of your questionnaire, and then this is a menu bar that gives you different menu options. Here you can save, you can edit, you can view, and then this is where you see the properties of the kind of variable that you have put up. Here is the canvas. This whole area is the canvas where you do your scripting or your building, and this bottom place here is just the variable bar. I call it the variable bar, where you see different variables that you can work with. It's a very simple, easy to use software. Even my kids use it. It's very simple to use. There's nothing difficult there. So for us to, if you remember that questionnaire, let me just flash it a little. These are our standard questionnaire. Remember, we said one of the things that you need is a standard questionnaire. So let's just imagine this is a standard questionnaire. We have our ODK build, we have a laptop, we have a mobile phone, which I'm going to show you very soon. And then now we're going to quickly build our very first form. First thing we need to do is to rename this. So we're going to click on here and we're going to give it a name. So remember, the name of our questionnaire is health questionnaire. So we're going to say health questionnaire. Very good. And then we say done. So the work has started, right? So if you remember in our questionnaire, we're going to try to replicate this questionnaire exactly the way it is. Even though on the mobile phone it may seem or it may look a little different, but we're going to give a very beautiful, solid user experience. So we're going to make it look exactly as we have it here. So what we're going to do now is to first we want to write this title, right? So it's called health questionnaire. We want to write it down. We want to write it. We want to put it there also. So what you need to do here is any of the variables that you deem fit you want to use, all you need to do is to click. So for now I want to just use something that has text. So I'm going to click on text, and you will notice that when we click on text, you have a bar that comes up here, as a panel that comes up here, and then you have the properties at the side. And then even quite under here, you have something that is the information, gives information about what you are putting up here. So I'm going to just put the data name as title. This is the title of my questionnaire. All right. And remember that I told you in the previous video that the data name is not going to show, right? The data name is not going to show on the mobile phone. It's only the label that shows to the respondent or the data collector. So let's put that health questionnaire here. All right. And then because it's not something that the user is going to interact with, it's just going to read it, we're going to say read only. Okay. And that's all for that. The next thing, if you remember, is our introduction, right? So I'm going to copy up this again very quickly, saving a lot of time. This video is going to be short and quick, just to tell you how easy you can do this. It's also, so now what do you think? What kind of stuff do you think is this? Do you think it's numeric? Do you think it's text? Do you think it's date? Do you think it's time? Yeah, you got it right. It's text. So we're going to call this is our intro. So we're going to call it intro, and this is the label. So let's see how much we can put here. So we'll put that label, and that's all. This is what's going to show on the mobile phone. So it's going to show health questionnaire, is going to show this, and it's read only because we don't expect any interaction. Okay, very good. Now you can just pause the video here. If you pause the video here and tell me how, or tell yourself how you're going to do this. All right, how is this going to how are you going to do this? So pause the video and say it, and then you can pause back and see. All right, so if you're back, I'm sure you must have realized, or you must have guessed correctly, that you use also text. Here we're going to call it maybe we can even call it our subsection. All right, so in our subsection, subsection is, sorry, social demographics, social demographic characteristics. You can really see how easy this is. There's nothing that can be easier than this, and you guessed it correctly, is read only. All right, so we've done this first tree. Let's go to the questionnaire itself. Okay, so you can see the first thing. It says name of your village. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this. This makes my life really easy. And I'm expecting the person to write the name of his village, maybe Zango village or Shika village or whatever kind of village. All right, so it's also going to be text. I'm going to say text here, and here now we come to design proper, right? So this is where the scripting we should consider really very closely. This data name is what's going to appear to the data analyst. If you remember when I said we needed to consider 3 individuals, right? So what you're writing under the data name is what the data analyst is going to see. So I just want him to see name. So I'm going to say name. Now note what happens when I put a space. It turns red. That means this is giving us an error that it only accepts letters and numbers, a dash and an underscore and a dot. Those are the only things that are allowed. So because I put a space, is not allowed. If I wanted to say maybe name of village, I'll need to put a dash and say of dash and village. So if that's what you decided to put, you wanted the data analyst to see, then you can do it this way. All right, I hope we're good. All right, so and then I'm going to put this, says name of village. I can put the number there if I like, if I wanted to show like that. Whatever I put here is free. You can put whatever you like. You can put special characters, you can put equals to sign, you can put whatever you want to put here, right? So it's free here. There's no restrictions here because it's labeled. That's what's going to show to the respondent. That's what the data collector is going to see, if you remember from our video. All right, if you have a hint that you want to put up here, you can put up a hint, and this time is not read only. Now another thing I want to introduce to you is a concept that's called required. So if you say required here, it means the individual must answer the question before you can go to the next question. The software is not going, and this is a nifty feature of ODK Collect, all right, the one on the mobile. And that's a nifty feature of most electronic data collection software that you have. So just by clicking required here, you will see when we test the tool, it's not going to, you're not going to be able to go without answering this question, which is beautiful. All right, very good. So quickly we're finished with that. We'll quickly go to the next one, age of respondent in years. So I'm just going to copy this age of respondent in years, and then I'm going to come, and all I want to do now is to, now remember this is not a text, because text allows you to enter alphanumeric stuff, right? Something that has numbers and letters, but I want something that has only numbers. So we're going to put in numeric. Very, very simple. Okay, and it's so I'm going to just call it age. All right, that's what the data analyst is going to see on his column, and then I'm going to paste this here and says age at last birthday. Actually, that's the hint that I want to put up there, so I'm going to just copy it out. I'll put it as a hint. So this is what I'm doing. I'm saying age at last birthday as the hint, and then I'm saying age of respondent as the label. I don't need this dash sign. It's going to put it for me automatically, so I don't need it. Right? Good. So this is looking really, really beautiful. If you notice also what is happening here is the type of variable that you choose. You have a small icon here. So because this is numeric, you can see 1, 2, 3. And then because this is text, you can see ABC. All right. And then what you see here is the label. All right. What you see here is the hint. And what you see under here is what the data analyst is going to see. Okay, and I also want this to be required. There are a lot of other things that you can do. You can put range, you can say maximum, minimum, invalid. You can do all of that, but we'll have another video that describes advanced features of this. We're just working on something that is basic so that we don't waste very much time. Okay, so the next one we're going to do very quickly is something that we love in questionnaires, right? Select one, select multiple, or choose one, choose multiple. So just imagine, look at the second question, the third question, right? So it's the gender of respondent. Okay, so if we're building this, we're going to say, now we don't say it's text, we don't say it's numeric, we come and say choose one because the person has to choose one, right? So here we're going to call it gender. I'm just going to call it gender. This is what the data analyst sees. This is my number 3, gender of respondent. And then I want it to be required, so the person must select it, right? Now, if you remember, I said options. So our first option is actually male. So you write it here. And then this, if you can see that there's no any other option here, right? So we'll have to add another option. So the next option is what? Female. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so that's all. That's all very, very quickly without any hassle. I told you you can use this to make a very, very quick um, form. The next one, which is the last one, is select multiple. But let me just show you the questionnaire again. All right, so you can see which of these is it that you own. All right, let's just copy this very quickly. Which of this is it that you own? Now you see, remember you can select either one of these ones or you can select all, right? So for this reason, we're not going to use select one. We're going to use select multiple. So we click on that. All right, you can see different icons. Select one, you can only click one. Select multiple, you can do multiple, right? So I'm going to come here and say ownership. I can just call it ownership. This is what the data analyst is going to see, but for here in the label, this is what is going to show on the mobile phone, and I'm going to show you in a bit. And then hint, we can even put a hint that you can select more than one. All right, so I'm going to put, say, you can select more than one, whatever information you want anybody to see, right? And then I'm going to also make it required. If I have some particular text I want to put when the person tries to skip the question without answering it, I have some particular information I want to put, then I can put it here. But remember, we're going to put all our options here. So the first one is house. Okay, then we're going to add option, right? Next one is car. Is it car? Don't remember, but I'm not going to look. Then I know there's a bicycle. Bicycle. And I don't remember the last one, so let me just quickly check. Land, car, and radio, right? So bicycle, car. So I'm going to put it land, radio. Don't mind that I didn't put it in that order, but please you should put your own in order. I'm just trying to save time here. Okay, so if you finished with this, perfect. You have a very good questionnaire. The questionnaire is complete, right? All right, and this is a basic thing. Remember, we just did this. All these ones were read only, and then we started putting up our different variables. We have very solid questionnaire. So if you're through with this, all you need to do, the next step is to just come to file. You can save and come back and continue anytime. All right. But what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to, because I'm not signed in, I wanted to do something very quick. So save, please. If you're working, save. You can come back, continue. You can come back after 1 year, after 10 months, after 2 days, and continue if you're building maybe a big form. But remember, I was just building a very simple form. So all I'll do now is I want to take this to the mobile phone. And I told you that the language that the software on the mobile phone understands is XML, right? Extended Markup Language. So we're going to export this to XML. So this is what we're going to do. By the time you click on it, you see all this very funny stuff. So this is actually the extended markup language that you are seeing. This is for computer programmers. For those guys that know how to program, this is their tough, right? So we're not going to go into their tough, even though it's good to learn how to program. If I were you, I'll learn how to program, but that's for another video. Let's leave that for another video, right? So, and then because we already have the output in XML format, what we're going to quickly do now is to say download. And that's all. So by the time you click download, this is your questionnaire here. You have your questionnaire here in XML format. All you simply need to do is to jack this up to your mobile phone. When you jack it up to your mobile phone and copy it into your mobile phone. So let's check it out. Let's check out the file. So this is the file. You can see it's the health questionnaire, very simple file. All you need to do now is to plug your mobile phone, right? Plug your mobile phone into the computer. I'm going to be plugging my mobile phone into the computer. So, and when you plug your mobile phone, you need to just copy this. So when you copy this, go into the mobile phone, and you're just going to be looking for a folder that has is the ODK folder, right? So you're going to be looking for that folder. When you open it, you're going to be looking for that folder. Okay, so I don't have access. It's not giving me access to the mobile. Okay, fine. So when you click on it, this is what you're going to see. You open the phone, you're going to be looking for the ODK file. This is not something to start showing you how to do this on your mobile, but a lot of times you find it inside your Android. It's under data. So what you're looking for is a folder that contains the ODK. It's usually down, it starts with org, or it starts with, just check. So so for me, this is mine, right? It's ODK collect. So I'm going to open it up. So when you open it up, you're going to see files. You're going to see inside the file, see projects. The only project I have is a demo project, right? So this is just where I want to drop it in. It's called forms. So this is what you'll be looking for, forms. So just click on forms, and then come and drop your questionnaire here. Okay. So yeah, so we paste it here, and you can see it pasted, right? So you can see our health questionnaire here. You can see some other questionnaires that I have here, but you can see it pasted here. So let's go to the mobile and see how it looks.
All right, awesome. Now, so we're on the mobile phone. On the mobile phone, you just need to quickly go to the software that's called ODK. You can see. So I'm going to click on that. And then under ODK, you see all of this, but we're going to go to a blank form. Click on blank form. And if you check it, you will see our questionnaire. There it is. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to click on that. And when you click on that, see, it shows you health questionnaire, right? Then all you need to do is to swipe, and then you can see the introduction, you know, and then you go next, and then you see social demographic characteristics. Then you go next, the name of the village. So imagine you have someone that probably he's not a serious data collector, and he wants to go next. It says this response is required, right? So you have to put it in. So Zango. Then you can go next. Age of respondent. So 35. Gender, male. All right, so he has a house, he has a car, he has a bike, he has a radio, doesn't have land. And this brings us to the end of the health questionnaire. You save form and exit. So you have one, you can do the next one, the same thing very, very quickly. Health questionnaire, you know, very interesting. You put in whatever is the village name, put the age 23, she's female, and then she just has a car, and maybe a radio, small one, a small radio, okay? And then you say form and exit. All right.
Alrighty. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for joining in. If you really enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, give us a like. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell button so that you get notified for future videos. In our next video, we're going to be talking about another tool. We're going to come back to this tool so that we can do stuff that is advanced. But in our next video, we're going to be talking about another tool. It's called Kobo Toolbox. Also very, very interesting. We'll be integrating it with Enkito Smart Paper. Stay tuned for our next video. Thank you very much for listening. And as usual, this is your main guy, Abdul Hakim, signing out. Peace. See you in the next one.